Hello, just Meg, doing a weekly catch up. Hope everybody's keeping well. Hope we've all been on the straight and narrow with this diet. I've had a bit of a disappointing week because I thought I'd done very well, but I've lost nothing. Having said that, I definitely feel as if my stomach's feeling a bit better. It doesn't feel quite as bloated or as big, because I do carry a lot of weight around them, the stomach, like a lot of older ladies do. But I've had read a few things, because I spend a lot of time on Instagram reading up and keeping up. And somebody mentioned having a motivation day where you have a talk to yourself one day a week, just to sort of say what your plans are for the week. And if you don't do well, look at another positive on a diet aspect. So that's what I'm going to do. And I definitely feel that the stomach is deflating like a balloon. It's a bit like one of those balloons that go up in the sky at the minute. But anyway, this we've had quite an interesting week. On Sunday, it was the local 10k race that they do for charity. My husband marshals for it, and my daughter, my youngest daughter, who's getting married, and her boyfriend were in the race. So everybody was here for breakfast on Sunday morning. So that was quite an event. I keep saying to my husband, I'll get him one of them badges, like a marshal badge when he rides into town. So I've put a few clips in for that, just to show you. It's for a good cause, and it's quite emotional when they all run past the door. So that was Sunday. We went to a restoration yard, which I had a really good time. I didn't buy anything, but it took me right back to the childhood. There was some really funny things, and they must have had a circus collection, where they bought surplus from a circus. There was loads of that in it. It was absolutely brilliant. That's in Tarporley, which is in Cheshire. Tarporley in Cheshire, next to the Holly's Farm Shop, which you may or may not know about. So that's where we went out for a meal midweek. I tried to be good. I had halloumi, and I spent most of the time chewing it like a good one. I did laugh this morning. I've done that thing, where it's sunny and you suddenly think, right, get as much washed as you can. What needs washing? And yet by the time the washing machine finishes, the clouds are back. But you just can't help it. Bit of sun, get that washing on the line. The other thing I did this morning, I've been trying to rub the moisturiser into my face, but I thought, it looks a bit better around my eyes. It doesn't look quite as bad as what it is. You try to give yourself a bit of hope. So I'm trying these bits, and I'm rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. And it all went great. I thought, is there a heart attack I'm having? Then I thought, maybe it's just a little one, because it's just this part of my face. Then I realised I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't tell what colour it was. So, oh dear me, I do worry about myself at times. I had my manicure. Now, the girl who was going to do it through Treatwell cancelled, so I went to a different one, and she did a good job. But when I checked the website, it was supposed to be £21. When I paid, it was £32, and I'm such a sissy, I didn't want to say anything. It would have been 20 on the Treatwell, but it's not. I definitely enjoyed it. It was nice having somebody sort of rubbing your hands and doing the cuticles and that. It was like, when you were little and you used to feel nice having the hold your mum or dad's hand. It was a bit like that, which is a strange feeling, but just me. Let's have a look what I've got. I've written stuff down so I can remember to tell you. Don't forget the 15th to the 23rd, so like from yesterday to the 23rd, if you buy a lottery ticket or a lottery scratch card, one each per entry, you can get free entry into the National Trust up and down the UK. So that's worth watching out for if you want to go somewhere nice. I've spent an awful lot of time. I feel as if I've gone back in time, because in the 80s, the oldest daughter, who was about 13, 14 at the time, decided she wanted to go vegetarian. And the time we used to spend reading the back of the labels on food, we're shopping time doubled because everything had to be checked and there wasn't a lot of vegetarian food around there. But at the minute I'm going back to reading labels just to see what's on the back of it, because the diet to me isn't just about losing weight, it's about eating healthily, training myself to stop being a greedy bugger, stop eating the sugar, try and change into the good things. So I've swapped from good old Heinz and I've bought this one this week because it was on special offer. But if you do start reading the back of some of the labels, I mean, I don't know if I'm too old to be that worried, but you never know. So I've swapped to this. I think it was £2.36 and it's in a glass bottle. So everything I read about plastics, I'm getting a bit late to it, but anyway, I'm doing a little bit for it. I've been following a chap, what's his name, called Tonic Health on Instagram. He's very good. They're short, sharp videos he puts out, but he's very good at telling you the good stuff versus the bad stuff. He doesn't preach, he just tells you in a funny way, and he's quite good. So it's Tonic Health. This week, very important week because I'm going wedding dress shopping with youngest daughter who gets married next May, which is why I'm trying to lose weight because I don't want to be the fat mother of the bride. So I'm looking forward to that. It's we've got a couple of appointments this week because she's taking a week off work and she's going to have a look at what sort of dresses she would like. So that's going to be an exciting week. Reporting back, I don't think I've got anything to tell you. I think I've caught up. In this video, I've done a chia seed salad experiment because I saw someone who did very much like we did with cress when we were younger, where you put it on a bit of damp cotton wool and it grows. Anyway, I've put a clip in here. I'm looking at it now and all it looks like is a damp piece of paper with lots of little black spots on. So I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'll attach a clip of doing it, and then if it does germinate, I'll show you what it looks like and I'll tell you what it tastes like and if it's worth doing. It may just be better getting some cress seeds and doing that, you know, like you used to in an egg. Put the cotton wool in an empty egg shell, put the seeds on the top, and it used to look like it was a man with hair. Maybe just me anyway. So what else have I got to tell you? I'm written it all down. Get me second facial next week. I'll get to rub that and see if it goes great, see if I am having a mini heart attack. I'm looking forward to that and going back to the girl who did it the first time, so that's quite nice. I'm still emming on to, and I think that's it for this week. I don't have a lot. I've put clips of everywhere we've been, everything we've done. Oh, I've also, a lady did mention she wouldn't mind seeing what I'm eating, but when I've taken photographs of the food, it doesn't actually look that good on camera. You know, you don't want to put food on that. Looks a bit boring when you've got a plate full of cabbage. But I've done one day and I've gone from like first thing in the morning to the night. When we've been out on a lunch time, we tend to have a really light meal at the night time, and I get it wrong because I'll still say dinner and tea instead of, what is it, lunch and dinner. I still have me dinner at dinner time, you know, like when the school ladies were around. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Thank you for sticking with us. With the diet, you know, it is disappointing, but what can I do? I can't think of anything to do. I'll keep looking at what I can change and what I can swap around. This week I'll put another day's food in. It's not inspiration because all I ate this week actually was, I love beans on toast. If ever I'm convicted and on death row, my final meal will be beans on toast. So that's how sad I am. So anyway, I'm waffling. If you're on a diet, please stick with it. Yes, I haven't lost this week, but I'm not giving in, not giving up if necessary. I mean, summer's coming, there'll be more advantage to eating salads. Don't give up, stick with it. You know, I am going to get there. I am going to get there. I'm going to think positive and have a word with myself. So take care, have a good week. Ta-ta. Today, I don't care what the weather's like, I'm going into spring. Even if there's big black clouds there. We're nipping to the bells of Pever, which is a very pretty little village in Cheshire, and we're going to have the light lunch. So I've got my spring bag on, spring shoes on, my summer, and I'll probably be freezing in the morning, but never mind, I've got a big coat cardi on, haven't I? Ta-ta for now. Don't laugh, I know I'm still using my Christmas mug, but it's actually my favourite mug, something about the shape of it. This is my breakfast, well, not my breakfast, it's 9:30, and this is how I'm starting my day. So I've got my hot lemon, honey and ginger drink. And then I'm also having 3 dates a day because they're supposed to be very good from a health perspective. And they are quite good if you fancy something sweet. So they're a healthy snack. So that's how I'll start my day, 3 dates, and then I'll have my first food as a brunch about 12ish, 12 to 1, and I shall show you that today as well. So I just thought I'd try to take you through a day of what I eat in an attempt to lose weight. It's 1 o'clock, so I'm now going to have my brunch, which is the second thing I'll eat in a day. This will change. I do it on a rota. One day I'll have a smoothie. The next day I'll have a chai pudding. The day after that I'll have overnight oats. The day after that I might just have fruit and yoghurt in a bowl with some nuts sprinkled on the top. So literally on the plate I've got a fresh apple which I've just chopped. Bananas are frozen because I taught you I cut the banana in half and I freeze them in little bags. And then come out and they're absolutely fine to use. And some frozen cherries and some frozen mango. I use the avocado frozen fruit. I think it's really quite nice, so I'm quite happy with that. This week I asked my husband to pick us some yoghurt up, but he picked the Greek style yoghurt up, which isn't as good as the Greek yoghurt, but I'm always complaining to him, so I'm not going to complain about that. And then the Keith Sutherland drink. And literally with the yoghurt, it's just 2 or 3 spoonfuls of that and a little splash of the kefir, and then I'll whiz it up and I shall have that. And it's amazing how filling it is. So that's me brunch. So I've whizzed it up for a few minutes all together. It makes a really big slushy sort of drink, which is really nice. And then just before, I'm going to add some, whoops-a-daisy, some seeds on the top. I shall give it a final stir. Whoops. Oh. Yeah, and it must be hard being a cameraman. You see the now that's because everything's still frozen in it. But I like it like that. It depends on, you know, how you can stomach things, whether you like things frozen or you would leave it to defrost for a bit. But that's my chosen method. So this is 6 o'clock meal, final meal of the day, although we'll probably have a cup of coffee later. Beans on toast, which is one of my favourites. And I do like one of the coffees from the Tea Pigs, which is licorice and mint. So that's it. 3 meals, well, sort of 3 meals. And one of my favourites, actually, I love beans on toast. I'm spending a lot of time on Instagram looking for hints and tips on eating healthily, losing weight. There's such a lot of information on there. But this is one I've seen which I thought was quite a good idea. It's a bit like years ago when we were at school and we would make cress, you know, just by sprinkling it on damp cotton wool. Well, these are the chia seeds, I still don't know which to say, on a plate, on wet paper towel, and you sprinkle the seeds on, and then keep the paper wet. So wet the paper every day, keep it damp, put it on your windowsill. It's exactly the same as when you were doing the cress seeds. And what happens is it actually grows into a salad in a couple of days. So this is my experiment to see, does it work and what does it taste like? I think it'll be a good one. I'm assuming the benefits of the seeds will be the same, whether you grow them into little, what do you call them, you know, little bits of greenery to eat. There's probably not a name for them. So I shall see how it goes. So anyway, that's what I've done. I'm going to put it on the windowsill, keep it wet, keep it in the sunlight, and I shall report back what happens.